Although pessimistic people are a lot more realistic when it comes to judging their own abilities and what they might accomplish, optimistic people have way more room for growth. Seeing the glass as half full just creates this potential upside, this potential future where you could be better than you are today. So if you want to be more optimistic and less pessimistic, it's simply about removing the pessimistic aspects of your character and the sources of it in your life. Think about it. Who do you listen to? Who do you spend time with in your life that brings you down, that makes you feel negative, that makes you feel like you can't accomplish something? Well, these are the people that you need to start thinking about removing from your life. Now, I know that sounds pretty drastic and very intense and very transformational and epic, but really it's very simple. If somebody you spend time with is making you feel less about yourself, don't spend time with them. Just don't hang around them, because they're actually going to keep dragging you down. And although you might see them as your friend or somebody that you really care about because you have a long history with them, the history needs to end here. And the reason for that is when you surround yourself with pessimistic people, although they're very realistic and can give you a few notches down on your expectation and a little more of a real picture of what you might be able to do with your life, they also definitely create a huge cap off on your growth. And you have to start thinking about what you want. You have to start thinking about what you really desire, and anybody who doesn't fit into that needs to go. So think about it this way. The pessimistic people in your life, they usually have a few habits. And one of them will be to pay attention to the news, the media, keeping up with current day events. And the reason for that is obviously that you'd want to stay up to date with what's happening in the world. And it's so important to see what's going on. But the truth is, the more time you spend consuming news and, modern day media, mainstream media, the more stuffed your head is going to be of negative, bad things. And when you try to be optimistic and more positive in your life and try to accomplish a bigger goal, your head's gonna go, well, based on the information that we have been receiving over the past few years, all I really know is rape, war, and murder. How does that sound to you? Well, you're not going to be very inspired to go after your goal. You're not going to be full of joy and life and energy and just ready to take on the world. It's not gonna happen. Because all your head is filled with is this information about how everything goes bad. And I know you might say, well, I don't really identify with it. I'm just reading it objectively. Your subconscious mind doesn't know that. Your subconscious mind, all it knows is that a lot of bad things are happening in the world. And when that's what you have in the back of your head, being an optimistic person is almost impossible. Pay attention to those people around you that do watch the news, that listen to the radio all the time, that actually consume mainstream media, and look at their behavior. Look at what they talk about. Look at how they sound, how they walk, how they carry themselves. There's a certain aspect of heavy, dense energy, and you want to get rid of it. If you want to be more optimistic, it's all about lightening up. And the easiest way to do that is really to go out into nature, read a good book, meditate. These habits that disconnect you from all of the bad things going on in the world, and most importantly, connect you back to yourself. Because that's really what it's all about. To be more optimistic, we are very optimistic naturally. When we're young, we're pretty sure we can take on the world and be a superhero. But it's just about coming back to it. You don't have to try to be optimistic. All you have to do is cut out the negativity and the pessimism from your life and the people that are pessimistic from your life. And all of a sudden, guess what? You're an optimist.